And we're dropping.
Oh.
A man of many talents.
Working on it. Working on it. All right, here we go. Round 4, King Division, 5D versus Coup. Both teams are 1-1. Sorry, 2-1. So, both teams looking for that elusive third win to try and give themselves that more than likely, like almost certainty they'll be moving on to day 4. Day 2. Oh God.
You got a few days to get this figured out, man. It's okay.
I got a few days left. I can't do that just yet. Okay.
All right, I'll take 5D, I suppose, because I'm already kind of looking that way. They got Murica battleships, Ohio, Montana. We've got ourselves double Stalingrad, a Des Moines, and a Venezia's already putting up a plane. That must have been an accident. Shimakaze and double Daring.
Coup coming to the dance with Ohio, Yamato, Des Moines, Henri. First one of those we've seen today. Double Stalin, double Gearing, and Harugumo.
Yeah, I noticed that Henri. That'll be cool.
We have seen the Ohio quite a bit today. When I was talking to Puddin when I was talking to Puddin before the matches started, I had a feeling that I was like, yeah, I think we're gonna see Ohio a lot, just because obviously it only has 8 guns, but they're pretty accurate and they have a faster reload than the Montana, and of course the secondaries are nice, the heel's nice. It's a pretty good ship, and I did see it quite a bit on EU today, so I think it'll continue to be a popular choice moving forward.
I have never cared for the ship, but I understand why people like it. I'm not enough of a battleship player to want to invest the points to pick it up.
You're missing out, dude.
I mean, I remember playing it in testing. It wasn't a bad ship. I'm just,
Look at
interesting
this.
though with that Henry for Coup. That's a pick from like Kots 8 when it was really good.
The Henri is an interesting choice to say the least.
Look at this deployment though that from Coup. They're sending their destroyers to B and C and pretty much giving up A. They're just gonna throw the Yamato and Henri to go and stall.
And there's already some shells going down range. Here's a Desert Fox. His Stalingrad is in a very aggressive position early on, I must say.
Yeah. Paid a little bit for that early positioning.
Well, and the 5D Ohio's got a great angle on him.
Yeah, and being in open water like that in between the 2 islands, like basically dead smack in the middle, it's going to be very difficult for him to get undetected here, if at all possible. So he's going to have to book it. No. He's making a full turn.
This
is Gearing now in a gunfight with Squarius.
This might end extremely poorly here for Fox.
Sinopai stomping, but I don't think he knows that he's got all these torps coming in. He's got the speed, I think, to get away from them.
He just made a turn.
Yeah, he's got it. Woo, that was close, though.
Okay, certainly Fox is going to get punished here, right?
This is why you don't go in front of an island broadside. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is a terrible position for Fox to be in.
I'm amazed he even made it out of there.
How is he this healthy?
Be able to live. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Montana will get some big hits here?
Honey Badger.
Decent hit, but not catastrophic.
No.
I think they were not bad, not terrible. Not great, not terrible.
Not bad. Not great, not terrible.
Comrade Dyatlov.
Comrade Dyatlov says not great, not terrible.
I just watched that whole series like 2 weeks ago.
So nice. Good.
And we just started rewatching it.
I need to show it to my wife. I've tried to get my wife to watch it, but she's not. I'm like, it's Soviet history. You need to watch this. She's a politics major, but haven't been able to succeed in that argument yet.
I'll tell you what, it's Soviet, but it's also disaster. It's also like there's just so many themes there that you just like learn about.
It's so well done. I mean, it's not perfect. It takes some dramatic license, but it's still a very, very good series.
Mm-hmm.
And Squarius is in the B cap, a pretty good position for his daring, trying to flip it for 5D here.
I gotta say, guys, I kind of question Coop's double Stalingrad position choices. If you like sending one Stalingrad to sea makes sense. Sending both Stalingrads to sea does not make sense to me. Why would you not run one up? You know, these islands that angle into the B cap are so popular for a reason. Why would you not leave one here?
It looks almost like it almost looks like the Stalingrad, the Des Moines, and the other Stalingrad had 2 islands to grab, and Desert and Tornado grabbed them and basically told Bodhi, "Go find your own island."
Well, watch out for these very long range shots from Paul von Lito Vorbeck. Jumper spin. Okay.
That shot was at about 25 kilometers.
24.6, 24.4, something like that.
Brilliant cross map shot. Now, I will say, Chrono Crusader's he's like out here all by himself, right? Like it's almost like they've left him to hold back a push down the A line alone. But what a great shot he got there.
Well, I think what Coup's idea was to try to push through C or get a lot of pressure going there. But now that 5D, I think, is realizing that literally there's nothing at A, they're now going to be able to shift a lot of their forces back.
Yeah. I mean, they're already doing it.
Going to be able to deal with that.
With Surviving Scout and Titan Hunter Shimakaze already redeploying to the middle of the board. Like, they're on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They know nothing's fighting them at A, so.
Yeah.
And if 5D can just stall for time and not let, one of their other ships get...
That's else.
Senpai was noticed.
Senpai was absolutely noticed right there.
We need to see that again.
Off the board.
That hurt.
I saw him turn in, and I saw him start the gunfight with the Daring, and I thought the Venezia is back there. This is going to end so badly, and yeah.
And that Venezia that's what SAP can do. Those
things, it's what the Venezias are for.
Yeah. It absolutely slaps. There's no question about it.
Wow.
And see, in every second that goes along here, Coup is, most of their ships are kind of dogpiling south and southwest of sea.
They're almost all in the same 3 grid squares. I really don't like their deployment.
And 5D ships over on the 9-10 line immediately did the right decision, and they just got out of dodge, and now Dad and a Honey Badger can just sit here, and they don't have to be too aggressive. They don't have to do anything ridiculous, and they can just get those nice pot shots as they come while the rest of the force tries to redeploy.
Oh, Titan Hunter took some torps.
Yeah. Who took a torp? Haragumo.
Tornado just got blapped.
Oh, Firefly almost took one in the stern, but they ran out just shy.
All skill, no luck. I think Desert Fox was originally heading for this island on G10, Gulf 10, but of course he got discovered and he was broadside, and they just told him get back. So that was an audible there, and I think maybe Tornado took an island to the right of where he was originally supposed to go, and maybe Bodhi as well got stuck out in the middle. But you're right. I mean, why are you all here?
It's going to be difficult for Coup to extricate themselves from this position. Obviously, they're going to have to get those destroyers killed around B to have any realistic chance. I'm looking at the long game here. Soviet Father's going to have to make some good plays here around the B cap, but I think as long as 5D doesn't do anything too crazy, they should be able to hold on here, because obviously even Cou's Yamato is now coming back, so basically they don't really have too much in the way of crossfires, but
now, so there's just a couple of interesting things kind of happening here, and you mentioned it, right? Coup realizes that they've got to get back onto B. So Soviet Father about to step on, there he goes. But I also think that their let's be honest, their incredibly awkward board position has drawn 5D away from A, and look at Firefly's Harugumo. I think he's going to go over there and yoink it out from behind them.
He might as well.
There is a chance.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. And even the Montana... Tornado. Yeah, he took a nice salvo there. And an even better one.
Wow. The Venezia, Ohio tag team doing horrible things to Tornado Rich there as he turns around trying to back off the PCAP.
Well, and he almost took that Shimakaze torp.
On Desert Fox, Shell's missing, but Honey Badger actually made a pretty nice play. He came back down the 10 line to work out a little bit wider of an angle here. And as long as he doesn't push in, he's going to hold a pretty strong crossfire here on these guys.
We've sort of been ragging on Coup's tactical and more their strategic deployment, but they're not out of the game.
No.
The game is very close on health and very close on points as we approach the halfway mark. Yeah.
They do. It'll just be interesting to see, because if they lose the gearing in B at some point, they need to stall, of course. They need to keep B under their control, but obviously Disquarius is going to make that job a little bit more difficult, and they don't have any decent radar. I mean, Desert Fox is now down to 7K with a heal, but they're not going to be able to get any radar support on that B cap to push Disquarius off.
There we go. Soviet Father finally does get eyes on Squarius. Lots of shells coming in on Squarius now. Let's see if the Henri shells make an impact. No, not so much.
And there are Haragumo torps going into the
All they really need to do is push the Squarius out long enough to cap.
Yeah.
At the moment, they have pushed him off the cap.
Yep.
Yeah. And there are Yamato shells coming in.
Oh, big hit on Squarius there from the Yami shells.
He's going down.
38 HP to get him. Harugumo chimes in and they bag him. That's a huge kill for Coup.
That is.
Absolutely huge.
They got a very important kill right there. Now they will be able to flip B here.
Firefly did not go into A. He saw the opportunity to get that kill. Obviously, that is very important.
Yeah. I'm still amazed that Desert Fox has been able to survive.
He's still alive, man. I was just going to say, he's back here chugging along the G line, still alive, still throwing shells. Broadside to God and everybody, basically daring them to do something about it.
Well, it seems to me that the winning play now for 5D, they're going to have to get Dad and Honey Badger pushing back into the C cap to try and help out, because they do have that Bodhi's Stalingrad is at 20k and burning, but
yeah, they seem like kited away pretty far here.
They can get Bodhi off the board, and you see Ohio shells coming in for him now from Paul von Leto. So I mean, that's they recognize that play, and they've also turned around at Cits Des Moines going back to A.
Yeah.
Now he's going back alone, but they realize, I think, that they at least have to try and make a play for that cap, because now, of course, they're upside down on caps and points.
Well, Haragumo's certainly going to be able to support.
Bodhi goes down.
Big hit there. A kill that 5D badly needed, closes the gap on points, but Coup's still pulling away on the cap advantage, and now the Harugumo finally steps onto A.
Salt's got to be very careful here, because obviously the Henry reload booster.
He needs to give a better angle to that Henri. I don't like that right now.
I was about to say that, yeah.
There he goes.
So there's a better angle.
That's a much better angle. He's got his radar up right now, so he can see Firefly and get some resets on him.
Yep, but of course he knows torpedoes might be coming.
He's actually at a really nice angle. He can use all three of his guns.
Yes, he is.
He can use everything on Firefly without taking too much punishment from the Henri.
Firefly firing HE at Salt at a site that's not working.
Nope, Swatch just the AP, you mean?
Yeah, AP, right. He should be shooting HE. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Haragumo should still be able to get out of dodge, though. Obviously, losing a lot of hit points it's not terribly good, but...
Really, really good engagement for 5D. They're beating the crap out of this Harugumo. He's down to half HP.
Yeah.
So if they rotate a battleship back, that'll be a huge help, and you can already see the Ohio coming in this direction.
And you can see the Henri is also turning back in, trying to be a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, it looks like the Ohio is moving back over there. They're going to need to try to get this Henri off the board, but...
This is very much a match of move and counter move.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we see Dad and Honey Badger are finally starting to push down quite a bit here on this 9-10 line. They need to keep that push going if I were them. That's what I'd be doing for sure.
Now, did you see
12 and a half? Go ahead.
Both these teams are 2-0 right now? Or 1-1?
2-1. So the winner of this game is looking for that all-important third win. That's what's going on here.
That's why they're playing so carefully.
Yes.
And there's some long-range shots coming in at Salt.
Oh, this could be bad. Salt put back a Lucifer. No, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were about to have our first lead change, but then the Coup Henri stepped onto A. Well, not our first lead change, but a lead change. And now that holds the gap at literally 2 points between these teams with 7 minutes to play.
Sight might back into a torp?
No. Or that's Sight. Is that Sight or Salt?
It's an I.
It's an I? Okay. Guess I'm blind. Sorry, dude. It's Sight.
It's cool.
No, if he's watching, sorry, bro.
Henri, they're going to be able to bag the A cap here. That's a big deal for Coup. That's going to allow them to start kind of slowly opening that lead a bit again.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Honey Badger and Dad, they really got to get a move on here. They need to start getting south a lot quicker.
They're moving as quick as they can. They're both ships at full speed, it looks like.
Desert Fox needs to be careful. He's only at 10k, and I doubt he has any heals left. He can't really afford to be getting shot at right now.
They're about to touch Newbie's daring onto the B cap right there or so. That'll probably prompt out the Des Moines radar.
There goes the
No way!
Ooh,
The Ohio
Wow.
managed. Wow.
wow. That's a big kill. That gives
That
5D a
is
ship lead
tremendous.
and a point lead as the B
Yeah.
cap begins to change hands. 5 minutes to play.
Yep, there's the radar.
Good hits on the Henri.
And now Lito's turning his attention to Tornado Rich's Des Moines. And there goes the front guns, at least.
It's actually a really good play. If they can get Tornado Rich out of there,
Oh, Honey Badger did it. He found the angle.
Yep.
they finally do bag Desert Fox. Coup ship starting to fall here. An even more solid lead as now Tornado Rich is getting low as well. Popping his radar, keeping Newbie lit, trying to kill Newbie as well if he goes off the board.
I think Newbie might be able to. Well, no, the Des Moines not got the heal. I
Oh,
don't
but
know.
here comes the Dynasty Shells. Not enough.
No.
Ohio Shell's not enough.
No.
Newbie grounds himself, pulls a Notzer here. He's gonna lose. They're gonna get the Des Moines. Even if they get the daring.
It's the trade.
It costs them
Trade,
Des Moines, but that's actually, I mean, it's a good, it's a better trade for 5D because they're ahead on ships. But
Yeah.
Coup able to get that destroyer off the board before the Des Moines went out is a big play.
Mm-hmm.
And the Des
'Cause
Moines
they-
can go around the corner and get on A now. He doesn't have to worry about getting shot at by anybody at the moment.
Because 5D will be able to pick up A now very handily.
Yeah. A lot of interesting, you mentioned earlier, a lot of movement, a lot of interesting positions that 5D tried to maneuver their BBs around to, and it seems like they found the angles here later in this game.
Yep.
Because I think Vorbeck and Honey Badger have made some pretty nice counter rotations mid to late stage here that have helped them, assumingly, pull this one out. It sure looks good for them at this point.
It
Absolutely.
absolutely does. For a game that Coup kind of all at one point was all south of C, they've shifted back and forth along the G and H
Yeah.
lines quite a bit, and it does look like they are gonna finally kind of succumb to the pressure here. But
Yeah.
man, it certainly wasn't decided for the first 15 minutes.
No, and I will give them credit. They did extricate themselves from that glob underneath the C cap pretty well, all things
Yes.
considered. But ultimately, it seems like 5D was able to take advantage of that just a little bit better here.
Mm-hmm. I love it. At the beginning of the early parts of the match are coming in now, and people are saying that totally would have been me sitting there broadside in the Stalin in front of the island.
Yeah, oh, for sure. For sure.
A lot of
And it
people
seems
seeing
like-
themselves in these games. I love it.
Scout's going to get on the B cap, and now
Mhm.
all of Coup's points gain is going to
Halt.
get halted here.
It's gonna
Yep.
vanish.
So as long as 5D, as long as one of their ships doesn't do anything extremely dumb, they're going to be okay here.
And now AP Pounder took that salvo at Honey Badger's Montana, but I think the Venezia was the play there.
Mm-hmm.
And Henri taking some big AP from Cits Des Moines
Yep.
down to K. And I'm sure that's who Scout is going to shoot at next to potentially end this game. Yep, there goes the shells. Say goodbye to the Henri. Or not. Oh,
Nope.
there it is.
The last little shell there does take care of it. Pushing
There
5D
goes.
all the way to 980 points. They'll be ticking up here momentarily, even if they don't get a kill.
Is Honey Badger going to get a big one? Yep.
You get a that was a good hit.
Yeah. Oh, the
SAP comes in for an even bigger hit, but it's not in time
It's fine.
as 5D bags the win.
And I got another death pick.
That was definitely the best game of the day so far.
That was a
lot
really,
of good,
really well played game by both teams. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of good
Absolutely.
maneuvering around for sure.
Lots of, like we said, mid match, move and counter move. A lot of just, okay, you're doing this. I'll try that. Oh, you've done this in response. Okay, I got to move this ship over there. And you know, that's, we like to see that in these events. We like to see that in this format.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what was your biggest takeaway there, Zaf? Like I already commented on the 5D battleships. What did you think was the key for them being able to end up victorious?
Patience. And I think we see 5D's been around for a very long time. These guys, no competitive. Most of them have been solid together in clans for quite some time. And, you know, there's a certain level of experience that you learn from just playing the game over and over and over for years. And I think 5D is one of those examples of a clan that has been able to do that and put it together. And as a result, we saw them not giving up, not freaking out, not panicking, and just waiting for their opportunity. And they struck as soon as they saw it.
Yeah, I agree. Raptor, anything else?
No, I think I really liked. I think Zath touched on probably the one thing that I would have said. I like it. Took 5D, I think, a little while to realize kind of the bizarro strategic position that Coup had put themselves in. Yeah. But once they figured that out, they did exactly the right thing. They pulled their ships out of A, they rotated ships back, and then Coup probably looked at the map and went, what the hell are we doing? And so then they sent ships back to A. Very much, back and forth, back and forth. You could definitely get the sense that the callers were
taxed.
Well, I'd say busy. They were busy. They were keeping active that game. You could tell.
Yeah, for sure. And one other thing, I usually at some point during the initial stages of the tournament comment on it whenever I do the casting is that at some point we find a team that doesn't really send ships to one flank at the start of a game. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say that's what doomed Coup, because they at least made it a game, obviously, but it's always a kind of a wary decision to leave a flank virtually or absolutely exposed at the start, because it allows whatever team that you're playing against to kind of, once they figure that out, it allows them the ability to move their ships that are on that side around without really taking any damage. And 5D ended up mid-game still having a decent HP advantage, and Coup did a good job of trying to bring it back, but it just allows ships that have a lot of HP to move around and get better board positions, and it usually doesn't work out. So that's something that was interesting to see, because an Henri and a Yamato, I mean, you can kind of put them on one side, but let's be honest, the Henri's not going to spot anything, the Yami's not going to spot anything. So
if we could pause, you could pause for just 1 second. I got us into their game, Raptor and Sneaky Snake. If you guys look up H-O-U-N.
Okay.
H-O-U-N. It's Ego versus Star 3.
Okay.
Perfect. Give me a moment.
Interestingly enough, it looks like we also have Maltese Knight and Gaishu coming in, so this is going to be... Wow.
Yeah. Oh, is this... Oh, into this game, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It is what it is.
It very well could be the last of their last match to go off right now. I just pinged Empire Strikes Bonk.
Empire Strikes Bonk.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I said, hey, do you know of any games that are up?
I'm in. All right, so Ego is the alpha spawn. Let's make this happen.
Yes.
Ego and our Bravo spawn, Star 3. What division are we in, Zath?
I have no idea.
No idea.
We are in... Is it Star 3?
We're in Prentice. Prentice round 4. Ego versus Star 3.
Round 4. Perfect. I don't think we've cast a Prentice game today.
No, we have not. So I'm gonna officially put us down as streaming the game. Lol.
That's fine. That's nice. Nice to be able to just jump right in, keep going. That's a good time.
Well, that was the idea, right? And if Empire Strikes Bonk is working this and making sure that we get games, then that's more games for us to cast and less downtime for all of our viewers, which means we all win.
Less downtime is always preferable.
I mean, I want to get games cast. I want these teams to be able to look at them afterwards, listen to our commentary, and watch our angles. Yeah, exactly.
Good timing, Zath. Nice pickup. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, ditto.
Stupid green screen.